Good morning, I'm Rhonda from the West Island News, and I am here with some merchants from the Sainte-Anne's village where garbage removal has been removed by the City Council and Mayor for May 1st. The starting of May, the merchants will no longer be having garbage services. There was no tax reduction to my understanding. We will be discussing with these merchants, famous Jim Beauchamp from Cunningham's Pub, and Manon from Spa Concept, which is also part of the village. So guys, I'm gonna kind of leave it to you. We've got an issue in St. Anne's and you guys are gonna be struggling a little bit this summer. Yeah. Tell me how you feel.
Go ahead, man.
Well, one of the things that when we went to the St. Anne's meeting last week, I was just surprised that there was no compost yet for the merchants.
When you say compost, you mean organic pickup?
Organic pickup for the restaurants, and it's 2023, and that's what I told the mayor. I'm kind of shocked, and now their punishment for getting the merchants involved in that is you have to pick up your own domestic garbage.
So what you're saying is there should have been organic waste pickup in the village already for years.
Yes.
Okay. And you're a little shocked that there isn't.
I'm shocked.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, for 7 years, the SDC Merchants Association has been asking for organic pickup. We've been trying to get the bio pickup done, and it's never been done. Point Claire's had it, if I'm correct, 7 years now. You know, the basic thing that the town council made their decision on was a report handed out in October by the agglomeration about the percentage of waste per citizen, right? So the whole decision making by the mayor and the councillors, director general, was based on that report. Well, that report is so skewed because we have 5,000 residents in St. Anne de Bellevue, 5,000 full-time residents. We have 8,500 students at John Abbott College. Of those 8,500 students, let's say low end, 40 of them live in town. That's 3,000 students that live in town that are not counted as citizens.
You mean 40% of them?
40%, let's say 8,000, we're going to low end. So probably 30, so 3,000 of those students live in town. McDonald College has 1,600 students who go to school. Of that, 80% live in town because they're all grad students and master's students. So let's say 1,300 students more live in town that are not regular citizens. They're not accounted by the agglomeration.
Okay.
Counting boats, in 2003 was the last number I could find, was 23,000 visitors in boats over the summer through our canal. Again, not regular citizens. So now you're looking at where instead of 5,000 citizens that are basing these numbers on, you're looking at about 11,000 citizens that are living here using our garbage waste. So one thing we want to be clear, every merchant wants to do the
right
composting. We all want to We've all wanted to compost for years. We've all want to do it. We're all 100% composted. We want to do it. But they just sent us a letter in June.
When you say compost, guys, you're confusing compost with organic pickup.
Organic pickup.
Because it's a different thing. Composting means on site, you're covering it, making it hot, and it's building into compost.
Exactly. Organic pickup. Right.
This is organic pickup.
Organic pickup. So all food waste, everything you do. So, and we want to do that. Everybody on the board wants to do that. But in January, they sent us a letter, say, here, send this to your membership and tell them that there's no more garbage. No discussion. The only time we heard about this was in the month of October where our city rep brought us a thing, hey, we're looking into composting bins. Great, that was it. Never a discussion after that. So at the meeting I said, you're saying that St. Anne de Bellevue has the worst numbers in the agglomeration, you're basing it on 5,000 citizens.
And not to mention it's a tourist town.
It's a tourist town.
We do have waste here because we have yachts coming through.
Yeah, the boats come, and it's just the students. The students match the citizens. So now if you base the number on 10,000 citizens, we're going to be the best in the West Island. And then I saw the mayor from Point Claire is here the other day. I asked him, I said, Tim, how many boats do you have going through St. John's Boulevard? Not many boats, do you? How many CJEPs do you have in Kirkland or Point Claire? Not many, do you? None. So how can you compare apples to oranges? How can you compare St. Anne's to Dorval and Dollard and Point Claire? And you can't do that. Compare us to Lennoxville, where there's the university of the CJEP. Compare it to maybe Antigonish, where there's New Brunswick, where there's another university. Small towns that have tourism. That I'd compare it to. So don't make my big point is don't make these drastic decisions to cut garbage right away on numbers that are skewed. You can't make numbers that are skewed decisions. So we're all behind it. We want to do it. All we ask for is 1 year moratorium on the garbage. That's all we're asking. 1 day a week pickup on the garbage, 2 day a week pickup on the organic waste, and we'd be very happy to do it.
And solutions, do you have any ideas for solutions? What are you going to be doing?
Well, myself, I don't really do.
It's not the same issue because it's a spa.
Yeah, I eat out all the time, so I throw it in. I eat it. So
she eats her waste.
So I don't have waste. I'm a big eater. But also another thing I wanted to say is how are we going to also manage the garbage that's being thrown on the street, right? And the bins that the public
regular garbage.
The regular garbage. And also there's people living on St. Anne Street. It's not just businesses. So how are we going to, who's going to pick up what?
Yeah, and where does that
Right?
go?
Like,
Yeah, exactly. And also, like you said with the tourism, if they're so big on compost and recycling, where are the recycling and composting bids on the street for the last 7 years?
Exactly.
There's one garbage in every park and just throw the garbage in. So I think this council wants to be seen as a green council and save the world, but they haven't studied or learned anything. You know what I mean? They haven't studied or seen anything.
Why should the city stop picking up the garbage? For 80 businesses, who maybe 25 restaurants
Yeah,
that are the
yeah.
ones that are going to be compost. So why are we being punished? Why can't we just be a proud city, as the mayor, and say we're starting to compost in Sainte-Anne de Bellevue,
You still
and
get
that
the
is it. Why
you
are
still
we
get the same
talking regular
accolades.
garbage?
Started off on a positive foot instead of going on a negative foot. If they would have came to us and said, "Here's what we're going to do," what do you guys get some input? Like I was saying in the room the other day, there was about 500 years of experience in restaurateurs there. You know, George
Yes.
Candeleonis owns this building. He's been in this town 45, 50 years. I've been here 38 years. Just come and ask us some questions.
It's
We-
not like it's a city that is so big that you can't manage to
No,
speak
that's
to people.
right.
You can walk by and speak to everybody.
Right, the DG walks by every day, and they're good people. Don't get me wrong.
yeah.
Paula's not bad. She's doing her job, and so is Martin doing her job. They're good people, but the decision making had no consultation.
Yeah.
We want to do this. Hey, what a great press release! The merchants and all the people in St. Anne's and the city hall getting together to do composting. It's going to be a great event. Wouldn't that be a better press release than sitting here and talking about negative?
Yeah.
You know, we have CBC, we have CT, we have everybody in town doing negative things. It would have been much easier to do a much more positive outlook and launch it as a positive event.
And also visitors that come here, every time they hear things like
Yeah.
what's happening in St. Anne's, like the grocery store closing and this, because people talk, they're not impressed. They're like, this town's going down. And it's not going down. It's a great town to have a business in. It's fun. It's fun for the visitors.
The views are ridiculous.
The
They're beautiful,
views are
yeah.
great. So why do that? I told them at the meeting, I said, can we have a good summer?
Right.
We've been going 3 years of hell, so can we just do that in the fall and not even do it at all, actually, the garbage picking up.
What about a test? What about a test? What do you?
100%. We said I asked for a year moratorium on the garbage. Let's keep it.
Yeah.
I said, but at the end of the summer, if everything's going well, we'll be happy to say, okay, we'll be responsible for our own garbage. We know as responsible citizens, if I have 8 units of garbage a week, if I compost, I might have 2 units of garbage a week. I know that. We understand that. We're not dumb people.
So maybe evolution would be, let's start with the
100%.
organic pickup. Next year,
Yes.
we consider the reduction of garbage. What I find interesting is there's no tax reduction to the businesses who had a substantial increase in taxes this year. There's no reduction when they do take out the garbage. That's where you're losing.
Yeah,
it.
the city's point of view is that you're not losing a service. What they're saying, instead of your garbage service, you're getting your compostable pickup service. So you're not losing a service. They're saying that you're losing garbage, but you're gaining the compost pickup. So that's where there's no refund and tax,
Which costs
understands.
more.
Yeah,
The
right. The compost costs more.
more than the regular garbage pickup. But my thing is, why do we have to organize our garbage pickup? That's my thing. Why can't the city do it?
And what if
Continue
we
doing
have
what
a
we're doing?
fragment? What if 30 of you or 25 of you decide to use different services?
Right, when that's it. So imagine 7 days a week or 5 days a week, you have 30 different trucks coming into town. Imagine. I already have once a week for the last 7 years. I do have my own private pickup because I want it to be clean and back. And it's cost me $227 a week. That's $10,000 a year it costs me. Now the city says they could do it for a lot less. They're at the meeting, they're saying, "Oh, that's too much. We could do it for something like $60." I said, "Well, great, but first of all, you have to break me out of my contract." Stuff like that. We're gonna have to. You should have organized that before. You should have came to us and say, "Listen, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna use our contractor. Everybody's gonna get it for this much a week," and then that would have been much more positive
Yeah.
again. It was. You know what it is? It's like anything, Rhonda. You know this. Lack of communication. Any city
feels like
council,
it.
any government, anybody. There's no communication. It falls apart.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I'd like to see some of the council come down and work the restaurant in the heat of July.
Yes, 100%.
And experience the rats, the mess, the smell, the excitement, the fun-loving experience that we do
Yeah.
have here.
Yeah.
There are workers making this
Yeah.
happen. It's not happening
Yeah.
par hasard. It's happening with a lot of grit and a lot of work. And I think I'm pretty sure that none of the council have worked in a restaurant this way.
No.
And I don't think any council. Again, it could be wrong. I don't want to say, but I don't know if any councils have owned businesses before.
No, generally, most councillors do not.
And the thing you have to remember, the biggest season for the restaurant is the summer. And Jim is not working alone in his restaurant. So that means in the summer, he would have to train his staff to do all that, which is not really the time to do that. So that's why, like in the fall,
It would have been an
it's
easier
prob-
time.
yeah.
All right, so one message to council, go for it. You each have a shot.
You know, like I said, just communication. Like I said, I've always been friendly with all the council, all the mayors we've had here. They're doing their job and they're trying to do their best. I understand that. But communication with, if you're going to make a decision on a car, go see a mechanic. If you're going to make a decision on Main Street, go see the people on Main Street. That's it, pure communication, not here's the law. We want to look like Green Council. It's all cost to you and that's it. Just communicate. That's all we're asking.
It's rough to be a green council when you're inviting yachts and sea-doos into
Yeah,
your
exactly,
village
100%.
every week and encouraging them to do so.
Yeah.
Well, my saying to the mayor is continue picking up the garbage, be a proud citizen, and continue picking up the garbage, and not to put that on businesses that's also suffering a lot in Sainte-Anne de Bellevue. You have to be strong to have a business here.
And a low-hanging
So
fruit, Paula.
please.
Rhonda, sorry, low-hanging fruit. It's like, you know, Mr. Legault did when they closed down for like COVID, the restaurants. The restaurants are always a low-hanging fruit.
Yes.
The businesses on the town are low-hanging fruit that's easy to pick up. You know, the citizens in St. Anne's were given composting 3 years ago.
More than that.
Why are they not the
2015.
next step? The citizens in St. Anne's now stop garbage pickup.
Oh, but they
So
said
why
they're
are we
gonna do
giving
awareness.
composting and right away doing no garbage? So,
Yes.
you know, they got it. So it's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
I think that's what you
When I asked that question, they said, "Oh, we're going to bring awareness." I said, "Okay, we'll see about that." They're going to bring awareness to the residents.
Well, the education process should be implemented
see.
prior to actually implementing
Exactly.
the law.
Thank you.
100%, yeah.
Would make it a little
But
easier.
we'll see if they do that.
All right, on a positive note, let's end it at Cunningham Pubs. First of all, my nails, Menel Spa Concept. Head on over. That's a plug for her.
Thank you.
Jim, we know community activists absolutely taking that
Big
through
time.
Cunningham's Pub. Next week, we have a little St. Patty's Day
Yeah, St.
excitement.
Patty's
Tell me
Day.
the dates.
Yeah, Thursday with a VON Irish Middle of the Year luncheon next Thursday, the 16th, from 11 till 4. So $10 from each ticket sold goes to the VON West Island. And Friday's a big day, St. Patrick's Day. Obviously, it's going to be a big day. And Saturday, Hudson Parade. I heard you didn't never been.
I've never been. The
You
whole
gotta go.
world's talking about the fact
You
that
gotta
I've
go.
never been. I guess I'm going now. Maybe
You
I'll
gotta
be riding
go.
in your green car.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
It's
you.
Rhonda Massad
Thank
from
you.
the West Island News. Well wishes to the merchants of Sainte-Anne de Bellevue.
Thank you.